Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the More Analytics Afternoon Energy Podcast for April 14th going into the 15th. Starting off with the natural gas, traded lower again today. Okay, we've been bearish. I'm not going to go over all the higher time frame stuff, but more recently from March 20th, we left a minor bearish reversal above. We'd come off 505 ticks from the 309.10 open, and then a little bit more than that today, down to 256.10. We trade decently above 266. That's going to warrant a decent strength for at least 100 ticks. And if we break above these other formations here at $268.60 minus 1.3 per hour and 271.70 minus 1.3 per hour, those will also warrant decent strength. The upper above, which will project this upward 180 ticks minimum, 300 ticks plus maximum. Okay, and the crude oil maintained gap lower on the day. The break below 114.35 had brought in $23.30 of pressure warned about. And then the break below 95.51 to 25. I said warned of strength into the AM, but we only saw a little bit of that up to 97.97. And then I said decent trade below 94.32. We'll project this downward $12 minimum, $26 plus maximum. So we've broken below here so far, and we've come off down to the 91.06 area. I would caution there are areas of possible exhaustion on the way down to contend with, but it's too early for those to be expected to hold more than temporarily. If we were to trade back above this formation decently, which is going to come in at 94.56 plus 2.5 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m., that'll warrant decent strength and a possible run back up to 105.63 plus. Okay, in the RBOB, we left a minor bearish reversal above on the day. And we still have that medium bearish reversal above here intact. I'm not going to go over all the higher time frame stuff. I said decent trade below 301.71 plus 9 ticks per hour will warrant decent pressure. That line's going to come in at 302.62 plus 9 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If we break below there decently and back up through it decently, look for decent short covering to come in. I would note at the same time that we could possibly be in the last stretch of this move down from the highs, and you'll have to be aware of possible exhaustion down here at 280.03 and lower down in here in the 271.01 to 267.98 areas. The heating oil, we held exhaustion at 459.04 with the 461.29 high, and it rolled over $1.01.35. Then the trade below 433.79. I brought in 73.85 cents of pressure. The trade below 421.21 brought in 61.27 cents of pressure. Trade below 418.18. I said projects this downward 58 cents minimum, 67 cents plus maximum. That's going to be shaved by a couple cents there going into tomorrow. We've attained 58.24 of that. And if we start making headways below here, we're going to be attaining more of that. And then on the day here, I said decent trade below this formation right here, which came in at 377.91 to 375.36 on the break. That projects this downward 41 cents minimum, $1.09 plus maximum. That is also a fairly ideally formed formation. If we were to break back above where that comes in at 376.31 to 378.94 plus 13.5 per hour, that would warrant a decent strength and a likely run back up to 413.64. I would be aware that we could also possibly be at the end of this structure down to the downside with possible exhaustion levels at 351.01 to 345.44, then lower at 326.75 and 312.29. Being that we're projected down below here, if it was to hold one of these, I'd be more reasonable for it to hold one of the lower ones, but we'll have to see. And the Brent left a minor bearish reversal above on the day. And this is just sitting in another formation right now. Trade below 106.85 is brought at $15.75 of pressure. The trade below 103.12 projects us downward 11.50. We've seen 11.95, 11.97 so far. I said a maintain gap lower will leave the minor bearish reversal above, which we left. And then I said get short on a decent penetration below 94.72 plus 3 per hour, which we have not broken below yet, but that is going to come in at 95.02 as of 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The gas oil. Let me blow this up a little bit. The trade below 1340.75 brought in a 270.5 of pressure. Trade below 1301.50 brought in 231.25 of pressure. The trade below 1284.43 brought in 214.18 of pressure. And then I said decent trade below 1174.50 plus 103 per hour will warn of decent pressure as well. We have not broken below there yet. That's going to come in. Oh no, we did break above that. That was this upper line right here, and we've come off now down to 110. Excuse me, 1109.50. Decent trade below this lower line here will also warrant a decent pressure. That's going to come in at 1119.33 plus 34 per hour starting at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If we were to break back above this upper line decently, that's going to warrant a decent strength. That's going to come in at 1184.83 plus 103 per hour starting at 8 o'clock p.m. If we break below this lower line decently and back up through it decently, look for decent short coming to come in. And the cadence going into tomorrow is the RBOB is the strongest of the three, the crude oil in the middle, and the heat the weakest of the three relative to one another. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on tomorrow's podcast.